Have you ever sat in a church service, hearing the same sermon you've heard 100 times, and suddenly thought, wait, does this actually make sense anymore? That moment, that flicker of curiosity or confusion, isn't a breakdown. It's not a sin, and it's definitely not a sign you're losing faith. It's actually the doorway to something deeper, something we call deconstruction. If you're feeling scared, frustrated, or even a little guilty about questioning what you've been taught, this space is for you. You're not broken. You're awakening. Deconstruction isn't about burning everything down. It's more like taking apart an old piece of furniture you inherited. You carefully unscrew the parts, examine the wood, check for cracks. You ask questions like, is this piece still strong? Does this belief still support who I'm becoming? Do I even need this part anymore? Some pieces might go back together exactly as they were. Some you'll replace with something sturdier. Others you'll leave behind completely. It's a process of curious examination, not angry destruction. It's about taking ownership of your faith, your worldview, and your story, piece by piece. This part is so important. Deconstruction is not the same as deconversion. Plenty of people go through this process and come out with a faith that's deeper, truer, and more alive than what they had before. It's not about rejecting God, it's about rejecting what doesn't reflect God anymore. It's also not a one-way ticket to atheism. It's not rebellion for rebellion's sake. And it's definitely not a neat, linear journey. It's messy, it's emotional, it's deeply personal. And that's okay, because what's on the other side isn't about labels. It's about authenticity, about building a worldview that actually matches who you are and what you know to be true. To help make sense of the process, I like to think of deconstruction in 3 stages, the 3 C's. Curiosity. This is where it starts. The wait, why? Questions begin to bubble up. You start noticing the contradictions, the discomfort, the things that just don't sit right anymore. This part is so important. Deconstruction is not the same as deconversion. To help make sense of the process, I like to think of deconstruction in 3 stages. The 3 C's. Courage. This is the hardest part. It's choosing to stay with those questions rather than bury them. It's having honest conversations, sometimes just with yourself, and allowing yourself to explore answers, even if they scare you. Construction. Finally, you begin to build. From what's left, from what's true, from what resonates, you start shaping a faith, a philosophy, a worldview that feels authentic to you. It's not about tearing down for the sake of it. It's about building something real from the rubble. As we move into the next module, we're going to talk about the emotional roller coaster that often shows up in this process. The grief, the anger, the relief, and everything in between. But for now, I want you to remember one thing. Your questions are sacred. Your doubt isn't weakness. It's evidence of growth. And sometimes the holiest thing you can do is ask why. So take a deep breath. You're not falling apart. You're evolving. Let's keep going. As we move into the next module, we're going to talk about the emotional roller coaster that often shows up in this process. The grief, the anger, the relief, and everything in between.